Hello and welcome to Rule of Thirds, a conversation about art, design and culture with your hosts
Burns,
Mike
and Jude.
If this is your first time listening, welcome to the family. Be sure to follow us on our Instagram at Rule of Thirds Pod. Don't be shy to say hi.
A question about the arts and the craft. If you didn't know, then it's good that you asked. You tune into the culture. This the rule of thirds. If you want to, you could tune at work, yeah. They tell me, does that frame fit good? Does it feel right? You want to steal a photo for your website, but you want a logo we can design, right? Yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We are Rule of Thirds. My name is Jude.
My name's Burns.
And I am Mike.
We're here again. It's a lovely day. How's everybody doing?
It's good, man. I mean, it's
Why did he drop?
No, the volume, right?
Yeah.
so. Sorry. You know what? I feel bittersweet about this time period. We're
Okay.
in I said March.
March.
We're in August,
Yeah.
and I think I saw something saying that look, Dark Nights are coming back soon, and like just the bank holiday and
Yeah.
what. Like I feel like
Bank holidays are gonna be cut like
you know when the August bank holidays start disappearing.
Yep.
yeah
Is that okay? We're just gonna be working until.
to that
Christmas
kingdom
time.
comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It made me realize how much I love summer. So it's bittersweet. I'm enjoying right now the period I'm in. Like I'm doing loads of stuff this week.
It's a very busy time.
Yeah.
For everybody. Yeah.
But it's also I'm also seeing what's ahead and I'm like
Winter's coming.
winter is coming.
Winter's
so.
coming. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But other than that, I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah. Mike?
I'm good. I'm alive. I'll be honest, on the way here, I wanted to like jump off a bridge. But just because the train journey was just disgusting.
Why?
Delays on the Victoria line.
Oh.
As
That
in
would do it,
packed
yeah.
like sardines on the Victoria line.
Why was there delays?
And they said, oh, minor delays.
There was a lot of delays. I can't lie. I don't know.
What?
Is
Recently,
it that carnival cleanup or
I
Maybe.
think it could be
But
related to
Ask
that.
me why the announcement was, planned engineering works.
Eh?
Are you okay?
It's a bit too late for
at
that.
5 p.m.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the timer just went from 1 minute. The next train was 2 minutes. And then I just saw 7, 8. Then it'll go 9, 10. And I was like, okay. So I ended up taking another line. But people smell.
Oh my gosh.
I love this time of the year, but people
Yeah.
smell.
Yeah.
Still.
Stinks.
Stink.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, wow, so nobody wanted to scrub today?
Yeah.
But more time, it's not even that they don't.
I think
No,
maybe
they don't scrub,
It's
but-
been a long day.
I
Some
saw-
of the-
I saw something the other day in it.
Whoa.
I saw something the other day in
Wait,
it.
what did you see?
Just let me land in it.
That is all right.
So Jonathan Ross, yeah, he was on a like
Go ahead.
interview, not interview, but kind of
Mm.
like podcast, yeah.
Okay.
With Mo Gilligan, Mo the comedian,
Yeah.
and they started bantering about like showering and stuff.
God, no.
I don't know. Apparently, allegedly, before he said that, he doesn't shower like often.
Good for him.
But essentially,
Man said often.
I was
That's
watching.
crazy.
I was watching it, and he was like, "Yeah, if I'm not going out, why am I showering?" Kind of thing, innit? And then he was started saying that he was like to Mo, "I bet you shower twice a day."
Oh, that's
How
not
dare
like
he
that.
shower twice?
Sounds
No, it didn't sound like that. I make
like
very big sound.
dirty black man. Like, nah, that sounds a bit. It's a bit of a undertone under that.
He was on the vibe of like, yeah, like he can go like maximum a week.
Sorry.
What, bro? I don't even remember.
A week.
Yeah, like apparently, like
Ew.
why do you need to if you've not sweated? Which I don't know what.
Bro,
it's talking about.
everybody has
You're
folds.
still
You have
gonna,
folds,
like-
bro.
I personally, innit, there's people in this world that don't think you need to shower every day, and that's them, innit. But
Good for them.
That's
same
for-
people say
that's
we-
for-
It's not
that's for
good-
me and my
it's not
household.
good-
No,
it's
for,
not good
bro,
for them.
it's worked for
It's
them
not
for
good
centuries.
them.
For their families and their
No,
families'
because
families,
those
their
are
great
people that-
grandparents. So good for them.
Those are people that spread diseases from nation to
oh my
nation
god,
and all manners of nonsense.
Yeah. But you know,
So
good for them.
your
innit? It's
dirtiness-
worked for them. Maybe it's part of their the law, their weapons. They can
Ah.
weaponize their not bathing. You know, they can be
there's
weaponized.
certain things you shouldn't wash every single day, and that's your hair.
Yeah.
Other than that, you should be washing.
Go and scrub.
Yeah, go and scrub.
Go and scrub.
What's that? So that
What about you, Jude? How's life? How you been?
I'm good. Last week drained me, man. I can't lie. Going out like day to.
It's too much, man.
I honestly sometimes I think when I was working in London, I don't know how I did it. where I wake up every morning, come home. I used to, cause, bro,
Especially here.
yeah, like,
yeah,
cause I'd get up at 6.
Hey.
I'd get to London for 8:30.
6.
Yeah, because I have to be. Like, I don't have a choice. If not, I'm gonna miss like the train.
Yeah.
So I have to get up at 6, get ready, catch the train at like 7 something, get to London for 8:30, start work at 9, and then
I start work at 9.
Yeah, start work at 9, and then I finish at 5.
Hey.
And when I finish at 5, rush hour.
Hey.
So I won't get home till like 7, 8.
Lord above.
And on a bad day, I get home at like 9, 10, and then I do it again the next day. And there's always like, there used to be shows and stuff that we used to have to go to, and events that you have to go to. So after work, most times you're not going straight home. You have to go to these events. So I won't get home till like midnight, then wake up 6 a.m. I don't know how I used to do it because, bro, last week, just doing the event, Samson's event, and then the birthday thing, and then Sunday I had to go studio, and then Sunday on studio, they cancelled all the trains. So I had to get replacement bus.
Oh, I hate a replacement bus.
Bro, I go home at 3 a.m.
Hey!
And you know it's bank holiday weekend as well. So Ubers are trying to charge extra.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find my way, and it's like,
search.
bro.
Sat on the busters.
I hate a replacement bus. That's the one thing I hate.
Nah.
Since moving out of London, that's the one thing that I'm like.
A replacement bus is so stressful.
When I see it, it's a deep sigh.
Just it ruins your whole day. Because you plan like, I'm gonna get home in 1 hour. Nah, 3 hours later. And it's like the motion sickness of it as well. Because if you can't watch anything because you're watching and your brain is doing the juices are flowing. It's like, nah, bro, it's not right. But yeah, other than that, I'm good, man. It's another week. Sun is out. Can't complain, man.
You also mentioned Samson's event as well. How did you find it?
Yes. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I think I was telling Michael that that sometimes these kind of events tend to be, I would say, okay, personally anyway, they tend to be difficult for me just because as much as you know people there, depending on what kind of mood you're in, it will kind of make the event a complete different event for you. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, but Burns couldn't, like, bro.
I've never seen you that tired.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, you know me, usually when I'm at an event, give me 2 minutes, I'm up. Like, I was so out of it, like, man. Honestly. But it was for as the duration that I stayed for, it was a great event. And I saw stories after as well when he was doing the breakdowns, and that was amazing.
I think Samson is an amazing artist. Like,
genuinely.
Definitely. And the thing is, his growth to me is insane because I remember when he wasn't an artist.
Right.
Well, he's always been an artist, I guess, but behind the scenes, I guess. But like,
not we're trying to say RY Cypher vibes. I hear you.
Do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
In RY Cypher vibes, we're not trying to get a record deal.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
We're almost bantering, but also being serious at the same time.
Yeah, nah, people were spit like.
I saw some real
bro.
Some people really came through.
Some people were not playing
like at all.
Yeah. That was the moment to shine.
Yeah, it's funny because I remember I didn't know Jude at the time.
Yeah,
but I remember I must see Kente Club. I was thinking, who are these guys, bro?
All the time.
I said, who are these guys? I remember, so one year, this arose. I mean, remember that year? We did Dare to Know Him.
Oh, yeah.
That's my year. I said, look, guys.
We're trying to...
Let's at least level the ground.
Think about it, we really set the precedent for like the cyphers because people weren't taking that serious before. And then we were like, nah, we've got to change this.
I think when I saw you lots one, I think there was one I saw. Was it? I don't know if it was Trent or
what you knew of?
It might be it wasn't you knew of.
Nah, it was probably us.
Yeah, it was definitely you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely
no, it's not even a lie. It's definitely us.
Yeah. There was a big difference.
Yeah. It really was.
That was very true.
People started trying to copy us after. That was like after we left there, the people were trying to like catch. Nah, you can't do the magic anymore, man.
But just seeing him from those days till now, I was like, wow. Like, not even saying this because I know him, but he generally is a good artist.
No,
he's a great artist.
Bro, that one is undeniable. If you knew him or not, it wouldn't even change.
Great artist. Like, part of the event, he actually made a beat within 10 minutes.
Oh, mad.
And he even did the freestyle over it as well. Like, for me, it's insane. And I think, for me, I enjoy people that love, when they talk, you can see they love what they do and they're passionate about it.
Yeah.
I think those people go the furthest, because they don't just waffling for the sake of it. Actually, they've got something to contribute to it.
Did he do the Jacob Collier thing there, or was this like a completely different?
I think he was showing an example of how he gets inspired by.
Okay, because I think I saw a clip on Twitter of him like talking
doing
about
the breakdown.
the breakdown, and then how he did it. I was like, wow, this is
I think something that
insane.
he was playing around with, kind of thing. So basically, he was saying
really
to us
impressive.
like how he does a lot of these things in the background, just playing around and stuff, just to test things out or whatever. But you can see how it's really affected his music. Like, one of my favorite songs still on his EP that came out was "Still Wanna Hold You." Like, come on,
This guy's obsessed with that song.
That
I
song
hear
is-
it.
that song is
it's understandable, man.
like you
It's
said,
it's an amazing
got
song.
crack in that. That
Yeah.
song is.
I still don't believe that. Like, he should sing more. That's my personal opinion. I think there's something there, but you know, rappers, man. Samson's gonna rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, yeah, he's got something. Like, I think the way he emotes is different from a lot of people, and I think that's maybe something that a lot of people don't really realize, because we'll be like, oh yeah, he's got intricate rap. It's like, yeah, cool, but he knows how to emote with his voice. Yeah. And a lot of people, even though they've got like, look at like lyrical, like people can say a lot of cool words and make metaphors and stuff but it won't hit. Yeah. Just because like they don't know how to emote with their voice and make you feel.
Do you know who makes you feel like that is Wretch and Gets and Kano.
But you see, it's they know how to use their voice. They know how to emote.
They know when to slow it down, when
to hit you. You know,
it's that's a gift. Like, it's
honestly,
skill, like.
And it's one of the most underrated things about like people who use their voice as an instrument. Is like people. It's always that kind of like underlying thing of like, they make you feel something. Yeah. I feel like something.
It's crazy because when you say that, it makes you think that actually, when you think about it, the majority of the top rappers in the UK do that. So I even think about someone like Unknown T. The way he even does,
yeah, man. Wait, pause it back. Listen. It's like even the listen alone. It's not even like listen. It's like listen. Like demanding you to like. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah.
Like proper shit, man. That's it. And then talking about music, I also went to Maverick and Kirk yesterday.
Was he dancing?
But I say yesterday, so it's probably revealed what
oh no, don't worry about it. Don't worry. A few days ago, yeah.
Oh, I was dancing, man. That
was he dancing though?
Kirk can dance, man.
Bro, he's got some different kind of energy, man.
I was looking, I was thinking, I can't even do that, bro. Bro was jumping up and down like.
He's cool. You think he's got that muscles for nothing, bro?
Nah, and for me personally, Kirk's he's my favorite gospel artist, innit? So to see him in London,
Kanye.
Kanye. To see him in London, I've never seen him in London. I think that was probably his first time.
I want to say,
when does he come to London? I don't know.
I think he has. He's done
like a lot of them don't come often though.
These men don't come. Maverick's first time was in London, like.
Okay, Maverick, I get. I'll be honest, America's a massive place, man.
No, it is.
You want to tour?
Like they have such a large audience in the UK, and they don't come.
The UK is a big. Influence-wise, it's a big nation, bro. The UK is
definitely do.
No, but I sound like. Because I'm just.
Are you thinking about the size of their American?
Yeah, like I'm just saying, like, still, bro, to tour America,
we'll be going all the way to the Philippines. Or we'll go to random places.
I see what you're saying.
Why can't
London has to be on the list, or Manchester? Like one of the two has to be on the list,
Manchester as well. Like Festival of Praise or Life or Life or like even something like that. I think I know Donnie McClurkin came one year to do it, but like again once in a blue moon.
Yeah, but these are very niche communities. Even though we see, because we're Black and African adjacent, so it's like. We see these things as like massive in our eyes, but
they are big.
Us,
but that's like
half of the Caribbean community that we know as friends.
Yeah.
If we spoke to them and said, Festival of Light, they'll be like, "What's that?"
I will say though, with
you know what I'm saying?
Yesterday, the crowd was mad diverse, bruv.
I'm not surprised.
I was seeing every race, and all ages.
Yeah, but Kirk Franklin is famous. Like Kirk Franklin is different.
And this Kirk Franklin. Whoa.
Kirk Franklin.
But Kirk has like been around from like the 90s.
Yeah.
Till now. Yeah. And he's still relevant today.
He's still relevant.
Like,
he's still
his
relevant.
Audience to me, I would expect to be
diverse.
Wide,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, true.
If his audience is diverse, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
But it makes me, I think it shows how great of a performer and artist Kirk is. Because bro doesn't even sing.
Bro?
No, he doesn't.
That's quite direct.
And I watched one interview, and he was saying that every song he's written, every song that has come out by him, it's been written by him.
That's fair.
No other influences that it's been written by him. It's come from God and whatnot. But it's like, it's just amazing to see how he has lasted 2-3 decades.
Yeah.
Like easily.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But his music is really good. Like I think just even the fact that bro just play like one note, one chord or whatever.
And dance.
And not even that, everyone will start singing.
Oh, because they know
Everyone
what song
knows.
is.
I
Yeah.
think he played Imagine Me, yeah. This.
Oh.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's a classic one. I can't
Do you know what I mean?
lie.
Like, it's...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so-
trying to be all Christian.
No, but
like, ooh,
regardless
yeah.
of like where I'm at with my faith,
Bro.
I always say like certain people, if they have a concert, I'm going
Yeah,
Taylor
yeah.
Smith
Yeah.
or go Kroger. I don't know what. her name
Yeah,
is,
Hillsong Man.
actually.
Oh, the Hillsong gang.
I
okay.
wanted to go because
Yeah,
her, especially that Hillsong catalog.
Yeah, I hear you.
solid,
it's different, man.
solid.
It's different. But even Tim Godfrey came out as well. He
Okay.
was supporting that. So
Wasn't
he
it
done
on the song that he?
Very Big Gods.
Yeah.
Can't
I really
lie.
don't like
As
that
in,
song.
I've
No, that's
got-
all.
As in
Wow.
the African.
Yeah,
A
I
very big-
really don't like that song.
Yeah, I can't lie.
I really don't like that song.
Why?
I don't know.
Is it too African?
Yeah, I was
Look, I play African music every Sunday. Like that's not an issue. I just don't like that song. I don't know why. It reminds me of another song that I really like, and I think it just feels inferior to me.
Interesting.
You know what? Fair enough.
Sonically,
Yeah,
I want to talk about the
yeah,
content, please.
Yeah.
The Christian buffs, please don't come and kill me. I beg you.
I feel this way about is it the song that I think it is? Is it Excess Love?
Is that Sinach?
No.
it's
It's
not,
another person. Respectfully to this person, but
I hear you.
similar vibe. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about the delivery and stuff, but
That's
bro.
another conversation that I guess people don't really have.
In what?
Like people don't say that's a bad Christian song.
That, you know what's so
Oh.
funny?
No one says, you know what, that song ain't here.
No, you know what's so funny?
That take me to the holy place.
What's so funny? When it comes to Christian music, well, that's our conversation. CCM, gospel, whatever. There's some songs that I don't like. Not because of the lyrics, it never will be the lyrics or the
Yeah.
content. But
Nah,
it's
some of the
also-
lyrics.
sometimes
Some of the
different.
lyrics.
Sometimes,
There's one song, yeah, you're right. There's one song
No,
where...
there's a few songs, bro.
Let me not even say it. There is one song that the lyrics are not biblical, in my opinion.
Interesting.
But anyway,
But some of the songs are lazy.
yeah.
To me, that's one thing I
But
can
I do
understand.
think that some songs, because it's worship and it's congregation, it has to be to a level quite simple so that people can sing to
Yeah.
and understand the concept of God, if that makes sense.
Like making it
So
as
it can't be
as
too
accessible
complicated,
as
yeah.
possible.
'Cause-
Like corporate worship, I
yeah.
do hear it.
I hear what you're saying, but like recently, there's been a surge. Sorry, I'm going into my Christian bag right now, yeah, but there's been a surge of 2-3 word worships that go on for 15 minutes.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
snap.
funny.
There's like the
That's-
Yahweh Sabao, there's the
Yeah.
Ruach HaKodesh.
You know what?
There
though?
is
those,
bare-
those,
bro.
those are amazing.
They
though.
are, but there's too many of bro. Like sometimes I don't even know which one I'm listening to. Like they'll start the song and I'll be like, which one is this one?
I'm done.
Is it out of out of the
Yeah.
5? I had to look through like,
Yeah.
oh, it's not this one.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like sometimes I understand why it's needed, and yeah, you want people to be in the spirit, but it's like, bro, half of the time the person is just talking about something like, and I went through this and I went through, and I get it's testimony time. You like, but it's like, bro, I'm not. I'm trying to worship. You're telling me about like, you know,
Yeah.
it's like this is not the time.
I
If you
hear
want to
you,
testify,
I hear you.
testify separately.
I hear you.
Trying to worship him in the spirit, yeah, but and it's like, bro, I wanna be in the spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Don't disturb me.
I'm just saying, like,
Oh my god.
I just feel like sometimes when it comes to like Christian, especially Christian worship, because there is a spiritual element to it. So there's a lot of people who are very, I guess, scared to like. I play at church, and when I play at church, like even during rehearsals and stuff, like we'll be like, oh, these are the songs that we want to like do for Sunday and stuff, and I'll be like, yeah, okay, but you can't do this song and this song because this song doesn't work here and that song doesn't work here.
Okay.
There is a level of,
They kind of link. Or
for lack of a better, okay, so obviously you know how there is holy, carnal, and then there is I guess sinful, or you know,
as
After-
okay. Categories.
yeah, the carnal
Yeah, okay.
carnal is like where it's like it's not sin, but it's not holy
Yeah,
either.
yeah.
It just is.
Like secular.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Yeah,
that's the
secular.
word. Secular. So it's like in that space, sometimes as a musician, you have to go into that secular space and be like, okay, yes, but this is a 3/4 signature, and that's a 4/4 signature. So that won't work here.
That's not necessarily secular. That's more so because you're a professional at what you do.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the spirituality of it.
No, it has nothing to do with
Do you know what I'm saying?
It's,
That
it's more so the actual song and the structure.
Yeah. So it's like sometimes it's like I'll listen to a song, I'll be like, that's not a good song. That can't go in the list.
Interesting.
But then it'll be like, yeah, but it moves people. And I'm like, yeah. But no.
That's the interesting thing, because I actually don't know how you guys even put together a set list, to be honest. But I do know there's certain songs that match very well together.
Yeah.
Like,
Some make, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think on the topic of like criticizing Christian songs, there's how do I go
Take
into
your
this
time,
one?
Pastor. Take your time.
This guy.
Let go speak through.
So CCM and gospel music, I think is a very interesting.
Sorry, what is
conversation.
CCM again?
Christian
Contemporary music, yeah. So that's more like the Hillsong, Bethel.
Elevation.
Oh, that's not fair. How do they have their own little genre, CCM?
Personally, I think it's very
racialized?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the okay.
Gospel is typically black music.
Yeah, and then there
is
is
typically white music.
Yeah.
Typically.
Yeah.
However, what I do love is that you can blend them in. There's ways to.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why people loved Maverick City, because they're like, oh, they feel like it's the best.
It's the right in the middle.
I think Maverick do it well in the sense of that. What I think why Maverick are so big is because they brought together both sides and says there's no more of this CCM gospel thing.
It's just
well, you could say they tore the curtain, yeah.
Not tore the curtain. It was so funny.
But yeah, well, anyway,
praise God.
Yeah. But I just feel like they brought.
Am I speaking to someone today?
Together. Do you know what I mean? So that's why they're so big now. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like, anyway, I won't go into that conversation. But anyway, conversations for creatives.
Nicely done.
What's the most challenging aspects of bringing your ideas to life?
Money.
Great. Okay. Expand.
Yeah. That's the only challenge. Like, the ideas are there, bro. But it's just, sometimes, to execute them, you need l'argent.
That's real.
Yeah, you need a kwacha. The kudi. You need a kudi. You know what I'm saying? No, but on the real, I not just money, but I do think that's one of the main factors, because I think it's always like a starting point to how far your idea can be executed. So you're always thinking, okay, cool. If I want to film an idea or I want to shoot an idea, how much is it going to cost if I buy film, or if I go and rent a camera, or if I do this and do that? If we had access to all these things, I feel like executing ideas would be much easier. Imagine you had a printing press. Imagine you had a house that could like just sew anything that you had an idea for. Or imagine you had a house that could, I don't know, make all the home products and stuff. Bro, you wake up in the morning, you think the idea, and then the evening time is done.
Yeah. It's crazy. I think that's that level of privilege though, and it's almost like it's that compound interest where like as something increases, that also helps you to you know what I mean? So like think about all the like Amber Virgil when he joined, I think when he joined LV, almost felt like any idea he had
came to life.
Yeah.
Because he has the
resources.
He had the resources, you know what I mean? Same as Pharrell, and a lot of people we can look at now in the fashion industry anyway that
like I was even I think somebody posted on Twitter clips of Ashake before the blow, like before he blew, and other Nigerian artists, and the tweet was basically saying like all that's missing sometimes is literally just an opportunity. Because like I can't remember who he words are. I cannot talk today.
Take a time. Take a time, King.
I can't remember who featured on one of his songs, but that was like a big moment for him.
Burner, probably.
Oh yeah, it was.
Or it was what's the name of the other guy?
Somebody else.
The guy Olamide.
That's the one.
Yeah, Olamide.
So like that, and like his reaction, he was like in the car, he heard it for the first time running down the street, and then obviously like loads of things have happened since then. So I do think a lot of it, like we've said, like it is the people you know, the opportunities that you have, the access that you get. Like Virgil getting into of course, you're LV,
bro,
under an umbrella of
LVMH. You're good
for life.
Have we not seen Rihanna? Like
you're good.
Rihanna, beauty, hair, pints, everything.
Was a pint.
Like even the fashion brand as well. Like they believe so much in her as a brand that they're like, let's just keep pumping money, and it's working and stuff. But yeah, like sometimes all that's missing is that chance to be able to like do stuff. Because I think it was really apparent in the Olympics, obviously, like places in the West, even looking at like places like Nigeria, for me, like our government are just
oh yeah, I saw that story about that was so sad. Like, that was so sad.
I think like Blessing and other athletes, like imagine people didn't even sign them up for like necessary like sports and stuff.
Is this still on? Blessing, what's her name?
I don't know if it was Blessing, but I thought it was Blessing. You know me,
Because I feel like it was one of the newer.
someone else. I was quite.
yeah.
I want to say it was more than one person for sure.
Yeah.
And
Like not getting signed up for something
you
that you've been
imagine?
training, or and you even got there. It's not even like they said, oh, you can't even come. You got there, and they're like, it's sorry,
silly,
wrong
man.
forms.
yeah, but like you look at other places like where things are more established and the opportunities that they have. Look at Simone Biles. You look at Noah Lyles, right?
No allows, yeah.
Yeah, like him and other people, and having the opportunities there, having the schools, having the coaches.
But that's why America always succeed. China as well. China, America, when it comes to Olympics, because of the resources that they have, the money, these men have built this structure.
There's
into
a pipeline in place.
I mean? Yeah. So like, if you're expecting like, there's certain countries that it's so interesting. Somalia, for example, like when you go cages, like
I just remember that video of the Somalian
go running.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Somalis, for example, like when you go cages or whatever, especially in certain areas in London, like they're man active and they're ballers.
Yeah, that's true.
The national team.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? It's like
Somali's
even when it comes to like even in like the South Asian community, like it's football in the Premier League. There's barely any South Asian football players.
That's true.
But obviously they've invested in other sports or other areas.
Like cricket.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So it's like it's more of a push in that. So it's like you can see where there's been money and resources, not just money, but where there's been time, strategies put in place. People have excelled in those things. Yeah. So
the grass grows where you water, innit?
So exactly that. Yeah. Exactly that. I think for me, I'll say time and discipline. That's one of my challenges, man. Because I saw this guy I follow, and he was up at like 5 a.m. like sewing.
Oh,
because he wants to learn everything from ground up.
Damn.
Not that he wants to be not that he wants to be in the factory working.
No, but like he
wants
to know.
He wants to understand.
Yeah.
I think the best people are people that know how to do the job.
Yeah.
So you can advise and show them how to do it best. You know what I mean? So yeah, I want that time and discipline to be like, you know what? I'm gonna set aside 2 hours, 3 hours to work on my website. I'm gonna learn coding for 2 hours, or do you know what I mean? Things like that, just so I can actually propel myself further. So
that's real.
I'll say time and discipline.
Yeah, I'm a similar.
No, you lot triggering yourselves.
No, like
that is.
It's an important question though, because like for me, I would definitely say like it's me holding myself.
Most definitely.
Like, it's mad because if I talk to like everyone, pretty much will tell me like,
"Yep,
you're the problem."
You are the problem.
I know I'm the problem as well, but I think with that, similar to like what you said, Burns, about like discipline and time. Some of it is that like there's a lot of things that you can do. You just need to put the things in place, have the schedule. But there's also a fear thing for me of just like, how do I actually make this thing happen? Or kind of differentiating between ideas that do they have to be not perfect, but do I want to make sure I have certain things in place before I execute the thing so that it can be done to the standard that I really want it done at? Or is it a thing that you just figure it out as you go along kind of thing?
You kind of got to, man. Yeah.
But then it's hard because I feel like there are some ideas for me that I'm just like, I would just really, I know if I had the right resources and the time, I could really make this like a really big thing. But then I was watching a video like the other day and they were like, kill your darlings almost. Like all these things that you hold that are so precious to you.
Yeah.
It's funny because Judy said it the other day, like the whole idea of like everything's like meaningless. Stuff. And it's like, if you look at it that way, because there's some ideas that we all have that we don't even think too much about, we'll just execute because, you know, whereas there's other things that when we hold them so tightly, it's like you then don't start working on it because
you make them so sacred that they will never get released.
Exactly. Yeah. So I know that's my problem because there's certain ideas that I'm just like, I just need certain things in place and then I can like execute. But then it's like, how many years has it been and you still haven't done the thing? So
that's a very Christian way of looking at
what
your ideas.
What do you mean?
It's like you've made it so holy that in your head you're like, I'm not righteous enough to go in front of it. Yeah. So it's like, well, unless I stop sinning completely, that's when I can come back to God. That's how
very toxic Christianity.
But that's how he's treated it. You're basically saying like, until I'm good enough, I can't execute this idea.
It's just because my issue with me is this: I think too far ahead, and like I think about the end goal,
which is not a bad thing.
But it's like,
what is the end goal for any of your ideas?
Just like, give me like I know the type of reception I want it to have, and I know the feeling I want to like convey through like the work that I make. And so part of me is that I don't know if I work on it now, if I'm at that place, or if I'm able to translate the ideas well through the work.
That's fair.
To connect with people. But then it's like, if you're not going to work on it, how are you then going to grow to be the person who will be able to, like,
of course.
do those things? So it's a weird, like, not
It's a paradox. It's a paradox.
Yeah, to some degree. But yeah, it's definitely me. I am my biggest op.
They say that the best solution for finding out if your work is actually to try it.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah. I think for me, I've been doing that recently where there's ideas I had that I'm like, you know what? Yeah, when the time's right. I'm like,
yeah, what is that?
Never a perfect time.
You know what? That doing these challenges, I'm sure a 30-day challenge will come about soon.
I hope so.
But I remember doing these challenges, it made me realize that actually we are holding ourselves back.
Bro, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Because how can I find time in the day to complete it?
Yeah.
And actually we complete really good stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It says enough.
Because I went to there's this exhibition called Fragile Beauty at the V&A. So like Sir Elton John and his partner David Furnish.
Oh, I think I saw. Was it you who posted it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like seeing the level of like photography work that was in that like collection, and also like the collection slaps. Like this is what you have chilling in your like multiple residences. Like must be nice.
So
see what money can do, man.
Bro. God, all I kept thinking was, God, when?
I just need a milli.
No, for real, for real. But just like seeing the standard of work and what people like explore through their work, and like I think for quite a few like exhibitions I've gone to, I've seen like large bodies of work, so like retrospectives where they do like you see like a lot of their work in like one space from like when they started to like present day. So seeing that scope, I feel like it constantly reminds me like that you just need to like do the stuff, because if you need to sit on your hands, you're not gonna be able to like have those explorations and varieties of stuff and all that kind of stuff.
So even this pod, for example, you can look back to when we first started. If we waited till we get to this point where we have our own space, where we I don't know where like
yeah. Do you
know what I mean? Like everything was that we had the right ideas.
Yeah.
At the start, we would have never started.
Yeah, no, it's actually very true.
Do you know what I mean? We've been on for like probably 3-4 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, it shows you that if you don't get started, you can never actually progress. Yeah. Which is tough to swallow, boy.
But you see, it's so much easier. And I think I was speaking to someone about this, and how when you are doing work for other people, especially as designers, right? We have this kind of like complex where we care more about how we represent ourselves to other people, or how people see us, than how we see ourselves. So we don't care if we don't eat, we don't sleep, as long as the work is done and is beautiful. That's all we care about. So and that's how it's funny, because that's how we treat our ideas. It's like we get to a point where it's like we don't care about our ideas that much. But because I'll be honest here, the reason why even this podcast exists is because we have to hold ourselves to some degree accountable. Because there's been days, I'm pretty sure, between the three of us where we're like, I want to sleep today. I don't want to come in today. But because two people say, let's do it. Very true. I have to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think sometimes creative people always tend to kind of put ourselves in that position where it's like, well, it's me. So I can hold myself accountable later, as opposed to holding yourself accountable now. But then the opposite side of that is that people become too selfish. So there's some people who are so creative and so driven with their ideas that they don't help anybody. And it's such a weird like tightrope dance thing where people is like, there is a fear of being too selfish and saying, well, I'm not going to help anybody. I remember there was times where even maybe between three of us as well, where we said, you know what, this month I'm not doing anything for anybody. I'm just doing my stuff. And then you start to feel bad because you're like, damn,
I should be helping
somebody. Like, I'm a designer. Why am I, you know what I'm saying? What happened to community and da-da-da-da? And it's like, I think it takes time, but also like you guys have been saying, it does take a lot of discipline to just be like, you know what, there has to be a balance between, you know, helping other people and doing fulfilling other people's ideas and visions, and also fulfilling my visions. It'd be great if they both aligned. Then that way you can be doing it like simultaneously. as opposed to doing it separately. Because if your idea is to bring other people's ideas to life, then that's easy. Because it's like you wake up in the morning, that's it. But most designers and creatives, our ideas are completely separate to people's ideas.
Very different.
Maybe we just have to start looking for people who
stuff like
aligns. And I think maybe that's one thing that it's difficult when you need to pay the bills.
No, that's the thing. I was gonna say, like, it's great in like the idea. That's what we should be doing. It's just unfortunate because capitalism basically like skews things and causes us to now have to do certain things that we may not want to do.
Yeah.
And the art always comes at a cost, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching a commentary video. I think her name is Corinne, and she was talking about media literacy and how like that's like a dying art. Like now, if you critique, people are gonna call you a hater rather than be like, okay, what valid points do you have?
Yeah.
And stuff. And just even when it comes to people critiquing things, how people critique and how that's like not the art. That art form is dying basically. And she was basically saying how like throughout so many like facets of life, from like education to family, culture, and then like when you go up and when you're in the working world as an adult, like there's so many things that restrict or don't encourage you to pursue that
100%.
So like when you're in school, like there's arts funding we've spoken about on the pod. Education, there's like slashing like art and design stuff. Universities, English, and it's mad because I remember like back in school, because of my cultural upbringing, my friends would say I want to study drama, and I'd laugh at them like, let's not do that, let's do something serious.
You were one of those.
But it's mad, like I've really done a 180 because now I'm
word.
What do you think GCSE?
Nah, don't age him like that. How you gonna age him?
No. I genuinely want to know.
Okay.
Separate sciences.
Wow.
So I did core, additional, then separate. So biology, chemistry, and physics.
Yeah.
And then
because you were science.
Yeah. And then did I do history?
Wow.
Graphic design.
You did graphic design?
Yeah.
Wow.
What are the chances of that?
That was the thing that like really opened my eyes to like, okay, this is actually really fun. It's just the whole like career side. I just didn't know how that worked.
Yeah.
And my mom also, and she'll deny it to like the end of time. She'll be like, no, I didn't discourage you from doing design. And I'm like, you did. But
just have to think about your plan B.
And then like English and maths, I think that was it.
Wow.
So it was like 13 in total, 12 or 13. Oh, and Spanish, I definitely like got a D.
Eek.
Wow.
What about you guys?
What we didn't. Right. I can't.
You don't remember?
No, I remember
I know some.
Some of them. Obviously, there was English, maths, science.
I
did double science.
I was sick
Double science,
at English, man.
Yeah, I did double science. Obviously, English lit was English lit and English language.
I was bad in language.
I was good
Really?
at both.
Really?
Yeah, even though I had a strong accent. It's so funny.
You know what? Low-key though.
Bro, they used to hit on me. But I was mad. So I was like,
low-key, I feel like you have an advantage because you're learning it from a fresh perspective.
I get what you're saying.
what do you mean?
Like, if you're gonna have to put, like, more like effort.
Us lot, this is...
Wait, what are you talking about? I spoke English in Ghana.
No, we know.
Yeah, but with the accent. Wait.
What are you talking about here? I wasn't speaking French. Bro, I was speaking English.
You know what it is, yeah? Wait, was it oral exams we had to do? Or was it written?
No,
was it both?
It was both, but
we did
majority of it
oral
was
exams.
written. Yeah, we're all writing. Bro, just some of them were just dumb.
Yeah,
It's not.
what was English language?
I was bad in literature though.
It wasn't story writing, was it?
English literature was more about poetry and
Yes,
like
it was.
Yeah.
I got an A star on that.
Yeah,
yeah, same.
But in language, I got a C.
Oh, I got an
I got A.
Yeah,
I was bad in language. But no, I think that exam was as bad.
you can't try and blame the exam.
No. Because how am I getting an A star in literature and I'm
Wait,
getting
but
a
did
C?
everybody get a C or was it just C?
No, it was a bad paper, man.
To be fair, I feel like there was
It was
a
a bad
year that
paper.
people were like, the paper.
It was a
in some
silly
subjects
paper.
1 year was
Because
great.
for language, what do you have to do again?
I can't even remember.
I think language more like conjugation and like yeah. Yeah, conjugation, like, you know,
Anthropologies.
anthropology is English lit.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
believe that was
love
English
those
lit.
kind of things, man.
Yeah, that was English lit. But yeah,
But then going back to that in terms of like, I feel like even with that, I enjoy literature so much because I got to understand what the meaning was behind this.
Yeah.
Was this good? Was that bad? And it's like,
that's a very graphic design. Yeah, I see
you know
what
what I
you're
mean?
saying.
I did art actually.
Yeah,
and-
same.
Yeah, but I didn't do good in art either. I got a C in art.
I think I did art, graphic design, ICT.
Oh,
Wow.
Then I did philosophy and ethics.
Yes.
Yeah,
I did that for AS level.
Yeah.
I did for A2 as well. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mad.
And then what else? I think that was it. I can't remember the rest. Am I bugging? I might be wrong. I don't even know.
Yeah, that's a lot of like.
I feel like I've
outside
definitely
to
messed it up, but
I love philosophy.
What language did you do?
I didn't do any languages.
Mad.
What, for GCSE?
Your school allowed
Yeah.
you not to do it? Must be nice.
Yeah, I think I
I
didn't
had to do French.
I think we only did it was an option between one or the other. I can't remember. It's either you did a language or you did something else. I can't remember what it was.
Okay.
But I remember doing is it RE? Wait, not RE.
Wow,
Was it RE?
Yeah.
I can't remember anymore. It's so long ago. Like honest to God, it actually feels like a lifetime ago.
No, it was.
No,
It
it is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dang.
Crazy. But yeah, like in the video, like just she was like talking about how, like, for example, some of us have explored those options, but even when you then go to uni, it's like, oh, let's look for something more stable. Let's not really look for like poetry. And it's very ironic because let's say, I think you use the example of like Barack Obama. Barack Obama would probably have been like back in the day, like, you want to study like English, like there's no point for that. But on your team, you have like writers.
Yeah.
Or like he does his summer playlist or yearly playlist.
You
or
create
like
for
he
that.
will talk about the importance of like poets and cultural people, like artists and that kind of thing. And we have seen how like these people move culture forward. People that study like gender studies, like they help us have a better understanding of like how we function as human beings. So it's like, it's mad how these areas are like stifled or like not encouraged, but then they have such a large influence on like how we move, like
On a whole culture, man.
Yeah.
Whole culture. I
It's
think
never been really encouraged. To be
even
fair.
during the pandemic, wasn't it, where a lot of these creative sort of like industries were really suffering.
yeah.
I think it's interesting because even when you look at like the film industry or the music industry, these are the things that generate so much money for the UK.
Yeah.
While little is being invested into it. Like it is
Yeah, because it's like if you're investing this little in it and it's
still
doing
generating,
why would you want to spend more money on it? Like if you're using the tiniest bit of like a tiny seed and it's building you a forest, why would you say, okay, let's plant more to, like, it makes sense logically, but to them it's like, this is perfect risk and reward situation for them. They're not going to do too much. They want to try to make as much as they can with little. They know that when push comes to shove, they can always put more and they'll get that reward. But because like right now, no one's necessarily like, even though there's always pushes for it to say, oh, like we need to invest more in the arts and da. Yeah, but there's never been a complete shutdown in the very like decades where people have just said, you know what, maybe the writer's strike is probably the closest thing to that, where it's like, okay, shut down. We're not doing anything. And then people are like, you know what, okay, let's pay them a bit more.
But even then, like there will like, let's say like TikTok or like YouTube,
yeah,
or, like other people are finding a way to still like do something.
Yeah,
with the creative industry, you can't really stop it though. Because I think the essence of it is that you're creating sometimes a place of frustration, sometimes a place of liberation. It's always an expression, so you can't.
Yeah, it's gonna find a way to pop out.
Regardless. It's just a shame that like obviously because back to our point, it's just like because of the way the world is structured, capitalism and arts, like they just don't really go hand in hand, and like people just do not put as much care and stuff, and people are always left out on the other side, probably worse than. But like we've said, like because people still want to express themselves, it's like that weird conundrum of it's still always going to be going because people have to like express.
There's no kind of like
themselves.
complete unison of, okay guys, let's all stop so we can get that over that hurdle together, because everybody's in it for different reasons. Some people are in it because they're hobbyists. Some people are in it because it's their career. Some people are in it because they're so rich that they're bored. Like, bro, like, and all of these bring out different outcomes. Like the photographers who shoot because they're poor and they want to capture the richness of their community, and the people who are rich and they want to capture the poverty of.
Which is kind of mad.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like people have different things. Yeah, like I know, like, is it Diane Arbor? If I'm not, I can't remember. What's her name?
Diane Arbor.
No. I'm thinking of someone else. I'm thinking of someone else. The name just escaped me. But she's a photographer. She shoots like the uncanny and the difference. And like I remember she had this. I'll try to find the photo. I can't remember her name. It's escaping, but it's around that name. But she shot like the twins, and like she shoots like I think I can't remember this place. Where it's like there's a lot of people who are like trans, people who are going through drug problems.
Where? In the UK?
No, in America. This is a photographer. She from like a few decades ago, and it's like that was her subject. Her subject was the things, the
underrepresented,
the underrepresented, the rejects of society, and so on and so forth. But then you have someone like Gordon Parks who shoot like his community and Black everyday living and how to like just capturing those moments that people might see as like regular. But making those regular moments feel so important. So everybody has different ways of kind of expressing their art. So it's like, even in that, from that perspective of like, oh, we need to invest, that's kind of low-key capitalism, because you're thinking, how can we bring more money? You know what I'm saying? It's such a messed up cycle, because you can't escape it. Like, art shouldn't need to have money to make it, if that makes sense.
Exactly. But
then it's like, order to...
But these people need to eat.
I get that.
No, that's why. But I get
the eating part. I get why you need money. But the art part.
Depending on the ideas, though. But
imagine everybody had a little farm in the house. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? That obviously.
What was the Daniel Arsham thing?
Was that the Moko Museum?
Yeah, where I think he's...
Oh, the grant thing I sent you.
When he's...
Bro's been up to like $1 million or something.
He's
giving... over $1 million even.
So he went to Cooper
nice.
Union for university.
Yeah.
And then he's just like donated over the years.
That's it, man.
But like I can't remember what interview I listened to, but he spoke about like his first exhibition and like how much he sold work for and stuff. And it was like a lot of money for his first
exhibition.
So you can see why
But he kind of like... He even talks, I think, about like navigating that space. And
how much is it for?
It was definitely like
$6.
No. I think it was like a couple grand.
Okay.
Bearing in mind, like some people, if they do their first show or they're part of a group exhibition, they're probably going to sell their work for like 300.
Yeah.
At what point do you feel confident to be like, yeah, that's 5K?
That just reminded me of the Sloan interview.
Oh.
I think there was a similar conversation in there.
One.
Yeah. There was a similar conversation in there about how, and it's so interesting because even me realizing like producers save so many artists. I can't even lie, because I think even he was referring to, I will speak to my, I think a business partner or something. But in essence, he's kind of like producing and kind of setting the stage for the art. Because there's so many artists who have had like trouble past, like drug problems, this, that. They just do the art. They don't even care about anything. Just do the art. They get paid at the end of the month by like someone gives them a check. They don't know. They just do the art. And someone is there building the story and building the mystique and doing all of this. So it's like, what I've realized is that whole navigation of the art space is never just the one person thing.
So how does this, so he's got a producer that essentially...
Well, he's got a team obviously, people who man, like you're never gonna go to go and buy a Sloan thing and maybe he's just gonna stand and say, you can buy this for this. Like
he won't be the one.
Like I very much doubt right now at this stage that he's ever gonna be in that position.
My guy is,
you
collaborating with Rolex. Like,
yeah. But the thing is that I know he can say yes or no. And I think one interesting thing that he said in there was that if he doesn't want to do it, he's not going to do it. But that takes a lot of privilege. Where you know that if you say no, you're still going to be okay. It's not like, because I think a lot of people don't say no's because they know that if they say no, this might be the last job that they, you know what I'm saying? Like imagine you're working with a company, you've been working with a company for years, and then one day you're like, nah, and they're like, okay, cool. And then you never hear from them again. Bro, you're done. It's peak. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's a lot of people's like fear. It's like, but people like Daniel Arsham, or Sloan or all these people, they make the art. And they set the price because it's their technique and their style. They can set a price. But in our situations, like people like photographers and graphic designers, it's a bit difficult because I think you sent a video in today about meeting the client's needs, and I think it was about the it was the Nigerian designers.
Oh yeah.
But one interesting like caveat that I pulled out of that was how there is this illusion of how designers, how much we can influence the work. And we think that because of how much influence we have over the work that we can also dictate how much it is. But the funny thing is, if you design a t-shirt for another company, they decide the price. You don't. You just do the design. Photographers will take a picture of like a client or like, I don't know, merch, whatever. Or they, you know what I'm saying? And they don't get to decide what the actual image or whatever they've taken a picture of is worth. In fact, the picture that they've taken might be worth more than the actual item that they're taking a picture of. but no one gets to dictate that other than the person who owns the final thing. So it's like, it's very interesting.
Or I'd say it depends on like the level that you're at. Because if you're like a Andy Leibovitz, you can do whatever you want. Or Jürgen Teller, I'm sure you can be like, this is what I'm going to state my price as. And they're coming to you because...
But then after you get that initial price, that's it. For example, if you take pictures for a magazine and those pictures go into
there's no money in print.
Yeah, okay, yeah, there is no money in print. But let's just like imagine like, okay, a publishing company who have decided they're doing a book with multiple photographers, and they say, okay, for your photo, we're going to give you 50K. But in the book, they're selling it for, let's say, £1,000 each, and they've made 500,000 copies, and they're selling it worldwide. The biggest photographers are in there. Everybody's in there. The biggest ones you can imagine. Like, all of them. Now, imagine how much money they're going to get. And you got that 50. So in your head, you're like, I'm done. But the thing is, you didn't get to set the final price. You just stay at one price and that's it. But then after that, so it's just interesting how, like, I guess that dynamic of like, how much control can we have, and then how much can we actually set? Right. Like, how much control do we actually have over the art, and how much?
And even for designers, it's kind of difficult to because even though we can set our own day rates, day rate is also based on what's the industry charging.
Because even that day rate thing, bro, it's criminal. Yeah. Like, imagine, in the same day, they'll ask you, can you build something? And then the same day, someone can say, can you just send me some assets? Yeah. Like, those two things are... Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, imagine someone says, oh, yeah, today, we need this done. And you're like, I don't think we can get that done. Oh, try. And even at the end of the day, like, if you were to charge the price for just making those things, you might end up making more than if you were doing your day rates. Because day rates, let's say you're eating, your day rate is £700. Like, you're top dog. Like, no, because I'm like, in all reality,
for some,
like, some of the top dogs, £700 is
some of the top dogs, more money.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Double, triple.
So it's like, even if you're getting that, but imagine they only need you for one day. Hey. They just need you for one day. Right, like, imagine you have a style like a Sloan. No, like, imagine Sloan.
I think that's the thing. That at the end of the day, like, when we think of like the Sloans, the Daniel Arshams, they're going to them for their
style.
Yeah. So they can charge the premium.
So they can charge. Exactly.
Yep.
If you're a photographer who you have a great style, but I don't know, maybe it's
not identifiable.
I think that's the thing sometimes.
Unique,
generic.
Rude.
No, but the thing is, it's true though.
Yeah, but
anyone could do it. Yeah?
You know what it is? I think and that's the thing that I want to differentiate. I think, especially, for creators, we need to remember that you can only charge a certain price when people are coming to you for your style. One thing I do hate is when people come to me
and then they say,
and they ask, design this,
and I want it like this.
Have you seen my work? Do you know how I design?
Yeah, don't care though. You're a designer, figure it out.
Do you know what I mean? And that's the problem. Some people come to me generally because they like my style of work. Do you know what I mean? So they get what I want to do, and what I do to them, and like what I give to them. Essentially, they end up liking it because they always assume that. Whereas other people come to you on a generic thing of like, you're a designer,
figure it out.
I'm sure you can do it, kind of thing. It's like, actually, you're gonna probably not like it.
True.
I've got my own way of doing things. You know what I mean? So it's interesting.
So wait. So Michael, your point to that is that if you're a Daniel Arsham or you're a Sloan, then how does that make it different from like a regular
the average?
Yeah.
For a Daniel Arsham, for a Sloan, they are an artist who are like, you're a brand as well. You're a brand. You've got a
I think
niche.
That's key.
I don't even say niche because, like, for example, this top Daniel Arsham collaboration with like Uniqlo, but he does like sculpture. He draws. But then
it spreads out into different
as well as like the Pokemon thing, Lamborghini. Oh, I want to do like...
Wait, say that again.
Lamborghini.
Lamborghini.
No, I heard it, but then I was like...
That's so smooth as well. No, sorry. You've been to New York.
Lamborghini.
But go.
I didn't even clock until...
Lamborghini.
But like, even with that collaboration, or was it Porsche? I can't remember. But like, he just said he approached these brands and he said, I want to make something.
Wow.
He approached...
Yeah.
No.
And they were
that's
like,
cool.
Yeah, cool.
That's
they
hard,
said they'll pull out the collections and that they'll allow him to like do his thing.
No, that's what.
There were cars at Selfridges. Like, he had a little setup like 2 years ago. And like, because of who he is and his like, let's say cultural capital as well. Because I think if you think of Sloan, it's the same thing. It's his style as well as his cultural capital. Yeah, they're probably thinking it's a fair.
In fact, it's a privilege for them.
No, facts.
No way.
Facts.
You work with us.
It's mad to think like Rolex will probably think, oh yeah, we're going to be able to connect with a new audience.
Yeah, which is true.
Yeah,
which is 100%. Very true. Which is very, very true.
It's wild to think about, but that is.
Because now I think the brands are realizing, and it's kind of sad because it's kind of corny at the same time. Brands are realizing that we need the Gen Z audience, we need the millennial audience. Yeah. So they're trying to find any like I guess somebody that is what's the name? I was gonna say relative. It's not relative.
Bridging the gap. Like they need someone to be the middle person to guide them into the promised land.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what Pharrell is to LV right now.
Which is funny because low-key, Pharrell, I don't want to say he's slowly being outdated, but there are way more people who can
fresher, more innovative, exciting design, respectfully. And Pharrell has done a lot of cool stuff. But even look at Tyler, the Creator's collection.
Supreme as well.
Compared to what he made. What he did. Like,
it's
Tyler's LV collection.
Even the LV collection,
loved.
Yeah.
To a point where I was like, should he
be the... He probably will be next in line now.
But I feel like he's going to do his thing with LaFleur.
Yeah, but he still... And I think that's one thing that is cool is like these individuals that we're saying that are brands, they get to do this and more.
Yeah, but that...
Like tomorrow, if he wakes up,
it's a playground.
Do you know what I'm saying? If he wakes up tomorrow,
that's the goal. For me, that's the goal.
No, it is for all of us, and I think we even spoke about it in the beginning, where it's like like you want to be. The question is like, like what stops you? It's like if you had all these resources and this money, you could do anything. So these lot have the resources and the money.
Unfortunately, you couldn't be able to do everything. You know, so funny. Sometimes you have the resources, you have everything.
Yeah,
but just because of who you are, you will not do nothing.
What do you mean?
Sometimes you can get all the money in the world, but you still sit there like a plum.
Do you know all the Nepo babies?
No. See, that's different though. Those are Nepo babies.
But majority of people are like that.
But they still have the opportunity.
No, but my point is that
they can really do whatever they want.
But they've been born into that as a norm. That's their norm. I'm talking about people who actively seek to better themselves through the arts.
You know what?
Like us we're talking about. Because if you start saying Nepo babies,
okay,
that's not fair.
Let me say this. Okay, I get a young mill. Out
of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
For what reason?
Just to invest. Just
who gave it to you?
A private investor.
Hey, invest.
Yeah. So they looked at you and they said,
no. Okay. They saw my Instagram account and said, look.
They saw what?
I believe my Instagram account said,
as a designer.
I believe in your designs. Here's a mill. Cool. I might be like, I've got a mill now. Why don't I just go buy a crib somewhere and chill? I may even stop doing design.
I hear it.
Like, no, of course, I hear what you're saying.
Certain things come,
it reminds
your mind
me
changes.
Like, you know when we got our design jobs and it was like, we don't actually need to post anymore.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
So, I actually hear it.
When the situation changes, your mentality might change.
Yeah. But that's different though, because in that situation, you're still designing.
Yeah.
You're just designing for a different output.
Yeah.
But this situation, he's saying complete, like, I could, let's be honest, let's be 100, let's be real, let's be frank and sincere, right? Like, there's no one in this room who, when we forget Mill, we're gonna stop designing. Let's be real.
No, facts.
Let's be real.
No, wait. You know what? I bet you're right.
Like, kids are 24/7 or something.
Yeah, like,
I can't lie.
Bro, you're not gonna
kids on steroids, like, it'll be bad.
You're not gonna just be like, alright, peace out. Because at that point, then that means the art is just a hustle for you. Like, you're just trying to get a quick buck and bounce.
Yeah, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Were you ever really
like, you went, because at the end of the day, like,
you're right.
So I went to, someone was doing a shoot for an album, and I went to the set, and I saw the house, and the house like a house of like an architect, right? And he's like in his 90s right now. But he was so proud, and like even when you're talking to his children who are like also in like the 60s, 70s, they're still so proud about how their dad built the house from scratch, and he's built houses for these people and that people, and like till now they still live in that house that they've built. So it's like that level of pride. I don't think if you're an artist to the core, and that's one thing I'm always scared about designers, because a lot of designers aren't artists. A lot of designers are just designers. A lot of designers are just people who are looking to make money through the arts, as opposed to trying to make art with money.
Yeah, because I guess I was gonna say like, or ask, do you think that they need to be? Because if like designers, like visual communication.
Yes.
Right? It's to communicate things. It's not supposed to be art. But then I feel
mean, visual communication is art.
Yeah, but it's not. Art is more about self-expression.
Yeah.
You are technically...
Design is like for purpose.
Yeah.
It's so is... But there's a mixing. But like, I feel like there have been a lot of like creative people who have become designers who, like, for me, part of me is like, if I could go through life with not designing, but I get to like make art, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas other people are like, I still very much want to design and do art. But I feel like there are some people that are like, I would rather do something else that's more self-expressed, like where I can express myself.
Like what? Like, just for example.
I don't know, illustration, drawing.
Still art.
Which is fine, but I'm just saying, like, because of the purpose design serves, it's for other people. It's not for us.
It can be for us.
I used to believe that, but I feel like design has changed.
Okay. In what sense?
So a lot of people, okay, I'll give you an example. The architect. He built his own house. Right. And I guess to some degree, a lot of people don't even consider architecture art. They just consider it your building or something. Yeah. But that purpose was for himself to stay in the house. And I think a lot of people, like, if there are a lot of designers who are, let's say, they're blind or they have impairments or they have like disabilities, that they purposely make art to serve themselves because it makes their life easier, so on and so forth.
But so because it's purposeful, it's design, if you get what I mean. There's still that intersection.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. I definitely agree with what you're saying. I'm just trying to... I don't want to give designers who are just in it for the money a cop out. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of them.
There definitely is that side.
Yeah.
Oh, there most definitely is.
Bro, there's a lot of them. And it hurts me because sometimes I feel like you can tell when someone is just in it for the money because they just like, they're very unfazed about the... And I guess maybe that's a good thing because it makes them easier to work with because they're very unfazed about anything to do with the design. If they don't like it, okay, cool, we just switch up. If they don't like it, cool, we just switch up. And like, they're very not emotional. They're very non-empathetic to anything to do with the design.
It's just a job.
It's just a job, you know. And it's so easy for them to be like, "Yeah, I got my money. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm out. I'm just going to do something else."
Yeah, I think I've always thought about would I do design. I think I love design. I always do it. I think, but I do think when I get to that creative director stage,
come on,
amen. How long would I do it for? I will definitely do it though, but is this how much would I do it?
Like how involved would you be in the process?
I think I'll do more design outside of, I'll do design as my, just like when I want to do my own projects. Yeah. But in the
the working
place of employment, I could actually go without doing it. In a place of employment. I enjoy freelancing a lot. But I feel like there's more freedom to create because it's your own style. Whereas sometimes corporately, unless you're working for like a Nike where you're implementing some idea that's going to be like that's different.
But creative director level, at that point they're trusting you much more, so it won't be that you're going to be sitting down making assets anymore.
I think that's what I mean in terms of like, I'm actually creating, if I'm designing, I'm actually designing the whole, or helping to steer the direction of the overall brand. I'm telling the designer that actually, can you try this, can you do this?
So you're bringing the actual idea and then they're serving that idea as opposed to you serving someone else's idea.
And I think because by that time I'm probably designing for like, well, I've been designing for a long time, but like I can now easily advise them what to do because I've been a designer. Do you know what I mean? So that's I guess will help me with that. So
I'm just saying, like them designers who are, you know, in it for the money. Like I'm just saying, like,
the thing is, I know you have someone in mind. That's what's killing me.
Oh no, I have a lot of people generally in mind. Like,
there's a lot of people
because I've met so many people who do it, and I could just tell by just having a conversation. Because for me, like, I hold this thing dear to my heart, not just because like I don't like to talk a lot about how my, I guess, political views and my opinions on things that are happening on the world. If I'm speaking to someone one-to-one, they ask me, I'll tell them. But I never go out of my way to kind of express it just because I feel like my purpose is elsewhere. But like sometimes having conversations with people, you can tell how surface level their approach is. Even we went to that event recently and like a lot of the conversations, I could just tell who cares and who doesn't.
I hear you.
And I switch off completely. Like I'll just switch off. I'll just be like, what am I talking to you for? You don't care about anything. Like, no, you're just here to fulfill,
like,
you know what I'm saying?
Or like what
it's like, what do you do? What do you do? Oh, cool. Yeah, let me follow you. It's like, wait, hold on. What do you actually do? Like, what do you like what you do? Like, why are you in here? Like, what, like, why should I be interested in you or in what you do. But if you're telling me you're just here, innit? It's like, okay, cool. Like, so is a thousand other people. And there's nothing wrong with that. You do you, but you're not my type of person.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, as artists and as creators, like, our aim is to kind of make this place, or to accentuate beauty. The beauty that already exists. A lot of people can't see it. Because a lot of people see grey and we see colour. Do you get what I'm saying?
It's so true.
No, yeah. And it's like, we need to let them know that when they're looking at a black and white image, the shade in that corner is a red, and that shade is a green, and then slowly they can understand, and perhaps if they're lucky enough, they can actually get to see these colors that we see and see how beautiful these things are. But a lot of people will never get to that point.
Yeah,
and it's sad that people who are in that same profession are people who see grey.
Yeah.
So imagine having a conversation with someone who sees grey, and you're trying to express to them, oh, yo, have you seen that shade of magenta? And they're like, yeah.
Cool story, bro.
But to them, everything is just grey.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's an impossible conversation to have. And it's like, for me, I can never merge with those kind of people.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't even have a progressive conversation about like, how can we help? Or how can we serve? Or what do you think about our community? And even as designers, like, who are we? Where do we fit in? Like, you can't have these conversations with these kind of individuals. So it's like, that's why I guess you guys would say I've lost hope. But like, honestly, like, I just know where it is and where it isn't. And if I see someone who is seeing black and white, cool. I might see you and say hi, but I'm not gonna necessarily be like, do you want to talk about design?
Yeah, man. It'll be a boring conversation.
Very boring. Very, very stale. Like old bread. yeah, with mold on it. I'm just saying, man.
Anyway, guys, keep creating.
Shout out and recommendations. Okay, so these weeks, imagine this week's shout outs and recommendation. I've got 3. The first one is film director Brian O'Donnell. He does 3D like design kind of. It's really, really cool. Check out his Instagram page. His Instagram is brian.odnl. And then, if you bear with me, I need to actually find this. Sorry, my internet is slow. Hey! wait, hold on.
What's going on?
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, I should have saved this somewhere else. No, it's actually vanished.
Wow.
No, it says
What, as in they've taken it off?
Yeah.
Oh, what you're looking for is gone.
I think so.
Oh no.
Well, that's sad.
Hello.
Okay, second recommendation. Kari has got a new song out. I believe it's called Bleeding. And she's got visuals coming for it as well. It should be out by the time this video is out as well. Okay. So yeah, check it out. Produced by Tendai and I don't want to mess up his name. Mellow Z. Yes.
Okay.
Produced by Tendai and Mellow Z. Really, really amazing song. So yeah, check that out. There was one more, but I'll try and remember it after you guys.
Sweet. My recommendations is, so the Premier League's obviously started, and on their Premier League Instagram channel, which you can currently see now, they've done different animations, basically showing like for each team,
nice,
which is pretty cool. Ooh, so like
very nice.
For example, for like Southampton are known as the Saints, so they've got like, when it says goal, it's got like an angel wings. When West Ham score, we've got the bubbles. It's just every team's got their own tailored one. I said Ghana.
Ghana's in there?
No, Arsenal have got like the Gunners things. So
Ghana,
that's pretty cool as well. So check that out. And the second one is Brand Inquirer, which is like a Instagram page for design news. So if you're into like finding out like what different brands have been doing and different information. So even I discovered recently that TikTok are launching a platform to rival Instagram called WHEE. And I was on the Brand Inquirer, so Yeah, a lot of information from that site. So if you want design news, check them out.
Okay, I have got a podcast recommendation called On Our Terms with Ismatu Ba. So I was on TikTok and I saw this clip of two black people, New York based, talking about like black excellence, and just how like black excellence isn't going to save us. And that just led me to like doing a deep dive into her podcast. And they have like she's spoken with her friends. They all went to a boarding school that was very like classist vibes basically.
Okay.
So I feel like that's always a thing they discuss. But then they also talk about stuff like some friends have been like involved in like it's gonna be left. One friend has an OnlyFans, another friend like is polyamorous, another friend has worked in like media, so they've had like conversations on a variety of things.
Yeah.
But I think because I went to boarding school, it's nice to hear other people and their experiences with boarding school, but also being a black person who has gone to, my school was different, the second school I went to. Well, it was more of like a state school rather than like the first school I went to was like private school. Like, you know, when like people were like, this person's private school. I went to one of those in year 7.
And they say their full name as well.
So like, yeah, just hearing other people's experience and then dealing with like being black in these institutions and then realizing like, yeah, I'm not, me being an exceptional black person is not going to save the black race kind of thing. And having those kind of conversations I found very interesting. So if you're interested in that, there's like topics about how she's Muslim because she's Guinean. Yeah. And like that upbringing, especially in New York, very interesting, but like really funny at the same time. So if anyone wants a podcast to listen to on our terms, sorry. I got two book recommendations. One, Paula Scher's 25 Years of the Public. I've spoken about it before, but I've just like revisited it again. And Paula Scher works at Pentagram, one of the partners, and she has been working with the public theatre like for 25 plus years. And like she did a lot of like type heavy work, exploring like typography, being expressive with typography. And I think for graphic designers, it's like an amazing book to read and just look through. Like, well, the minute you see the work, you'll be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Yeah. She's actually got an episode on the Netflix series Abstract. Paula Scher's episode. I can't remember the number, but it's in season 1. And then the second book I have is Small Worlds by Caleb Azuma Nelson. Really good book. And it kind of explores the life of this young guy who is going from sixth form to university and kind of just navigating like gentrification, general adulting, like mental health themes, finding himself in the midst of like a city that's changing, but his own personal worlds within his family life and friendship lives are changing. And I feel like for a lot of us, it will be very, very relatable. Caleb, like, he's very like poetic with like his like words in like, you know, as he with his writing and stuff. So like there's a certain flow and there's a way he includes music in what he writes that's like really beautiful. So yeah, I'd recommend that too.
So nice.
Wait,
sorry, yeah, I found it. My bad. Wait.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do your buy.
Oh, okay, I can say my buy. No, because I just remember one more. It's called Maison Cotr. It's Kotr. Okay. She's, I believe, South African. I could be wrong, but her name is Yamkela. I don't want to say this last name because I might butcher it, so I'll learn it properly and try to say it next time. But she does a lot of like knitting stuff, some really, really like amazing stuff. Cool. Like a lot of like.
Oh, so yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, check her out. I think obviously it's mainly I was trying to buy a hat, but South Africa. So if it does come, you know, to the UK, that'd be great. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I've got one more. So Solange and Saint Records have dropped a new short film called Monuments Are Here or Monuments Were Here. And it's kind of a short film highlighting somebody's like artifacts and like the objects that they have in their home. It's with a really significant I think he's a musician, cannot remember his name, but a really key like black cultural figure within music. And yeah, just like focusing and celebrating like his own objects and like what they mean to him. It's like there's no like words or anything, but I think it is a really cool concept to just like focus on those things, because obviously like you can tell a lot about a person by the things that they have in their home. And yeah, just like the idea and the celebration of that.
Yeah. Lovely. Well, that's this week's shout outs and recommendations. Make sure to follow us on all our social media, so on and so forth. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Thanks guys for tuning in to today's episode of Rule of Thirds. Feel free to share your thoughts with us using the hashtag Rule of Thirds Pod. And for more from us, follow us on Instagram at Rule of Thirds Pod, or our personal accounts for myself, Burns JNR,
Mike at _ man like Mike,
and Jude at Kente Kwame.
Catch you guys in the next one.